As Afghan presidential hopefuls prepare to launch their campaigns for the September election, the US-Taliban talks continue and many opposition politicians are pushing for an interim government and the postponement of the election. But the elected government and the international community are pushing to see these elections happen, to see an orderly transition of power. TRT World spoke to Afghanistan's chief executive, Dr. Abdullah in Kabul. Many Afghan opposition politicians are pushing for an interim government and the cancellation of the elections that are set for the end of September. Where do you stand on this?
Election is a commitment before the people of Afghanistan, which has to take place on time. At the same time, it has to be free and fair and transparent. That's the condition that was promised to the people of Afghanistan, and the commission, the Independent Election Commission, has to deliver. And the rest of us has to observe that, those of us which are in the government, as well as being a candidate. As far as the interim government is concerned, if it is part of a peace package, which includes A to Z of peace, from ceasefire to agreement on a setup, and to what to do with the armed groups, what's the end state, which is the elections. It has to be elections. If it is part of a peace package agreed upon by sides, acceptable to the people of Afghanistan, that's a different issue. But only an interim government for the sake of having an interim government, personally, I don't think that this will be a solution.
What happens if there is a peace deal reached between the US and the Taliban before the elections, sometime in the coming weeks? What impact would that have on the elections?
There are issues which the United States is discussing it with the Taliban. There are issues which has to be agreed upon by the Afghans. A peace deal and peace process in Afghanistan would mean agreements between the Afghans. If, as I mentioned earlier, if things are agreed upon between the Afghans themselves, on top of what is going on between Taliban and the United States, then that's a different situation. Do we see all signs of it around at the moment? Unfortunately, it's not happening. It doesn't seem to be happening that way.
Now, you are also presidential candidate in the upcoming elections. Would you consider forming an alliance with another candidate, possibly even the president, Ashraf Ghani?
It's difficult to talk about the details of what will going to happen in the course of campaign season, because campaign will start soon, in a few days from now, and what will be the interactions between different candidates. That's a different issue, but at the moment the president is a candidate, I am a candidate, and we will continue. We will start campaigning when the campaign season starts.
There's been a lot of criticism thrown at the National Unity Government, some saying that it has failed. How would you respond to those who say that? What went wrong?
The unity government took over at difficult circumstances, and we are still at difficult circumstances nevertheless. The growing distance between the people in the government is something that I have witnessed, especially in the past one or 2 years, which is sad. It shouldn't have been like this. The campaign season will be the time to get into some of the details of it. But at the moment, as leaders of the country who have served in this country and people have trusted us, we should also take responsibility. There have been achievements, there have been setbacks, and the story is not like black and white.